meditation day for me. To lock in, get focused type of vibe. I usually don't work out on Fridays, but mentally you got to get yourself prepared. Now, in my early walk in Christianity, Fridays was always a hard day for me because Friday was like, okay, I can go party. we better see what we going tonight. You know what I'm saying? And that was always the move. You know, you work all week, and then Friday come, you probably get off work, or you probably don't work on Friday. So now you like, man, I'm gonna turn up and have fun. And shoot, that's usually how it be. When I first gave my life to Christ, I had to understand my lifestyle. I had to know me. I had to know how I was moving every single day. What days was I guess, not being a Christian? You know what I'm saying? And what days was I like, okay, I didn't do too bad that day. Or that day I was pretty good. Or that day I was like, all right, I got to go back and talk to God real quick because I was tweaking that day. So for me, I had to really know myself, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm at in my life now, my Christian walk is every day. And I'm so comfortable in my Christianity now that I don't even know, like, I still mess up. I'm not perfect. I still be doing some stuff that I know I shouldn't be doing. But then at the same time, I know my mess ups aren't the same mess ups that was back when I was younger. And that's age wise, but also younger in my Christianity. Like repetition, I started seeing things to where now I'm like, all right, I ain't gonna go through that again. I seen how that played out, and I seen what happened to me. I'm making sure that don't happen again. So now I'm at a point in my life where I can see my signs before they, come to pass, and then I get myself into some trouble. Disclaimer: like I said yesterday in my video, life is about what you're willing to lose. I don't know if I said that yesterday or the day before, but I said that. So you gotta know, all right, in your lifestyle, if you a Christian or if you trying to live for God, there's things that we gonna want to do. There's things that we have been doing for a long time. Now, that's where the discipline kicks in, and you look at God and say, all right, God, I know I made time for you, and this is what I want to do in life. But now, let's see if I can start altering other things in my life. Let's see if I can start stopping or slowing down things that, okay, I like to do those things, but is that going to help me get to where I'm trying to go? How serious I was with God was I understood on Fridays, I like to party. I like to go chase some females. I'm hanging with the homies. We going to drink, and we on whatever type of time, and demon time, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I had to look at God and be like, hey man, this is me. But at the same time, I really want to play football. So you know what? I'll cut back on something. I get called crazy, but at the same time, I know me. I knew my distractions. So I told God, whenever I play football, whether that's backyard football, flag football, professional football, semi-pro football, it don't matter. Usually our games are on Saturdays or on Sundays. So I told God the day before the game, I'm not going to party, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to smoke weed, and I'm not going to have sex. That was my promise to God. People look at me like, well, that's crazy as hell, but you got to know yourself. You got to know what distracts you. You got to know what you're willing to give up for God to show that you're really serious. If I just give God something that I really don't care about or that ain't that big of a deal to me, then how am I saying that I'm serious about what I really want to do with him? Because I'm not giving him nothing serious. So to me, sex, drinking, smoking, partying, those were serious to me because those are the things that I knew I genuinely like to do. Like, I knew I was want to turn up. I want to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to be real with yourself at the end of the day. I'm going to keep it a buck, though. Lord, know that promises was hard. Like, the partying wasn't the hardest. The weed was kind of one of the hardest ones. And sex. Sex was also the hardest one. The drinking, I drink, but like, I could put the bottle down. But smoking and sex was my hardest ones. And I ain't even gonna count. I done broke my promises before. Yeah, that's just how it go. At the same time, me breaking that promise, the next day I have a football game. I play like so bad, bro. Like, man, people come to me, boy, I ain't never seen you have a game like that before. And I'd be like, I know I had that bad game. Like, at the end of the day, I made a promise to God. You know what I'm saying? Like, He didn't make me make that promise. I said it out of my mouth. So I got to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's about who gonna stand on what they say. You know what I'm saying? They say standing on business. Well, standing on business means standing on business with God. Like, if you gonna say it out your mouth, that's how powerful our words is. So you better, you know what I'm saying, know what you're talking about, know your contract, know your agreement. If you said you're not gonna do these things, then you better not do these things. But like, I don't know, like, I'm real about my life. Like, I like to party. God know I like to party. God know I like to drink a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the weed, I ain't gonna cap. I done slowed down on the weed. I ain't gonna tap. It's been like 2.5 years. And then when it comes to the sex, like, I'm scared nowadays, but these soul ties is real. You never know what you're putting on your spirit when you're dealing with all these women. So you gotta really know who you opening yourself up to. So even in my walk with Christianity, it done slowed me down compared to how I used to be. So it's like you gotta really know yourself and know what you're putting yourself in before you just start, you know what I'm saying, throwing yourself everywhere, doing everything. You know what I'm saying? It was cool at one point because you're young, trying to, you know what I'm saying, have fun. But when you walking with God, man, you got to understand, He understands we not going to be perfect. So, you know, as long as you are aware and knowing that, all right, I'm trying to better myself every day, then that's what God going to honor the work. You know what I'm saying? Faith without works is dead. Yeah, we got the faith that God watching us and He taking care of our life, but then it's how we carry ourselves every day. Yeah, I was partying, drinking, having sex, and doing all these things, but then I started slowing myself down. That's where the discipline was so important. I had to slow myself down. Then I could start seeing clearly. Now I'm not as high no more. Now I'm not as drunk no more. Now I'm not around all this loud music. Now I'm not laid up with a female. I can actually focus on what I need to do for myself. I'm protecting my energy, and I'm using my energy in positive ways now. Even when I go play football, now I'm having the best games of my life because I'm protecting my energy, and now it's with me and God. I made it sacred for Him. And I started excelling in my life because I started making things sacred towards Him. And I'm like, all right, I can back off. But then there's some days I'm like, okay, I'm not even playing football. Or, you know what I'm saying, I can still go have a drink. I don't smoke, but I can still go to a party now. And it feels different. I ain't going to lie. It's not the same turn up. But that's only because me personally, I never really liked it anyways. But it's still fun. It just, I make my own fun in my own way now. You know what I'm saying?